So I am looking forward to this. The first case was kind of and part of that because the murderer was, apparent from the beginning, as these games tend to do. This one's a little more interesting. This one's had some interesting ideas. It's still not perfect. I still think there could be a little more polish, but there's definitely been some nice little gotchas and twists as it goes on here, and it's still very curious as to who the actual murderer is. I'm gonna stick to my bet. I guessed off the hop that it was the headmaster, and it's still a possibility, but it is starting to look like that heiress girl, or whatever the hell her name is. Might be the actual murderer, but she's going to be around as well, so it's entirely possible that she is responsible for setting up the headmaster and the headmaster did it, or meddling in some other way. She's certainly meddling no matter what. I made my predictions at the end of the last episode, wondering what the screen distortions meant, as Eris is apparently playing Doki Doki Literature Club on us. But the headmaster is still a possibility, so I don't know. And there's also this girl that lost her rapier. The girl that lost her sword that was apparently the murder weapon. And it's also going to be curious who the other witness is, because apparently there was someone with the janitor who saw the victim walking down the hallway. Who that is going to be very interesting, because if it's Eris, that's going to raise a whole load of questions, because she was with us, which means she was illusioning. But if it was the girl, then who knows? Or if it was someone else, then I don't know what the heck, but let's just get into it. Let's just find out what's going on. I have a feeling this is going to be as long as the last stream, which was 4 hours, so let us not dilly-dally. I am starting a little late, but that's because I had to get a little slow cooker action starting. I got some garlic butter lemon chicken slow cooking in my kitchen right now. And it has got some nice spices in it, and my kitchen smells yummy, but I'm going to have to wait for that until later, because that's going to be like 5 or 6 hours from now. Moving on. We are in a graveyard. It is after the first day of trial, and man, these guys move fast. Like, we were done with the first day of trial before the body was cold. Damn. But we're done, and now we are apparently in a graveyard, hanging out with Celeste and I assume our defendant, since he's the necromancer. Tyrion, what are we doing here? Fantastic question. I'm curious about that myself. Oh, apparently I'm not sure either. Very well. For some reason, we felt drawn to this place. Oh, well, is that Eris? Celeste points further into the cemetery. There we see Eris standing in front of a gravestone. Well, we also know that the defendant, she's placing flowers on it and appears to be chanting a short prayer. Well, that's very lovely, but I need to remind myself who the hell we're talking about. Defendant boy is this guy. Wallace, that's it. So we know from the flashback that Wallace lost somebody, and I think that's what sparked his interest in necromancy. Eris, who I'm still very suspicious of, even if she wasn't doing suspicious things, my god, just look at her portrait, jeez. But, her standing over a gravestone, I have a feeling that's got to do with something. And I have a feeling Eris is doing that intentionally to feed us information. We're going to come over and be like, what's this gravestone? Why does it have the same last name as Wallace? Or something along those lines. But I'm very suspicious of this girl. I still think this guy, the headmaster, has a chance of having done it. These two were interesting. This guy's just kind of there. This is our victim. This is our gumshoe. This is best prosecutor. Whatever. Anyway. Placed flowers on it and appeared to be chanting a short prayer. Well, we found it. Were we looking for her? I don't recall that we were looking for her. We should probably talk to her later. It would be rude to disturb her now. No. I bet she wants you to disturb her. She's just standing there being like, come on over, read the headstone, come on, take the bait. As we're about to leave, Eris suddenly turns to face you. I knew it. Don't jump scare me, don't do it. She's far away, but we can see her beckoning us over. Well, there you go. We didn't take the bait, so she's just like, get over here, you idiots. Hi, freak. Oh, hello there. Were you two looking for me? She's acting all innocent. Oh, hello there. Were you two looking for me, innocent? Sorry, we were looking for you. We understand if you'd rather talk later. No, I was just finishing up here. Did you have something you wanted to talk to me about? Leading question? You saw her briefly, yeah. She pops up and then takes off. Yeah, you'll see her again later. Well, we wanted to ask you some questions about the case. Oh? Oh? Hey, what gravestone were you looking at? I want to see. It's a grave for an individual I don't know. Best to leave it undisturbed. Oh, is that just literally universal? Nope. This is the grave that Eris was at earlier. Okay. Emily Grant, and her lifetime appears to be awfully short. Okay, so not the last name is Wallace. Maybe a friend. 12 years old when she died. Dang. And everything else is just people I don't know, blah, blah, blah. All right. Talky talk. That was my first time watching a court trial. You were truly remarkable. Well, thank you. Were you in the gallery? I've always enjoyed watching physical battles in the theater. But I see now that battles of wits can be just as entertaining to watch. Entertaining? Hey, she technically has bandages too. Yeah, I know what you mean. You see, the odds are stacked against him. But then he suddenly pulls out this crazy deduction and steers the trial in his favor. It's like this video game series I used to play. I never really thought of it like that. It's like a turnabout. But I'm sure it's far more entertaining to be the one making the deductions. No, I had like 3 heart attacks up there. I'm not really sure what you mean. I practice law so that I can help those persecuted by the justice system. I don't really do it to entertain myself. But is that really true? Oh, dang! No, bad. Stop that right now. Monica, get your sister out of here. Don't you find the experience even the least bit entertaining, Tyrion? Could you stop that? I wouldn't really put it that way. You're far too modest. You save people from the clutches of death. To your clients, you might as well be a knight in shining armor. You settle your ass down, Eris. Yeah, illusion magic. Tell me more about that and stop doing it. Earlier, you said that you were studying illusion magic. I am. Did you want to ask me about the prosecution's theory? Yes, actually. How did you know? It was easy to guess after seeing you in the courtroom. Anyway, disguising an undead with an illusion is definitely possible, so this might be Eris's opportunity to feed us false info. If she's a baddie. I don't think she's the core baddie. We saw her briefly in Chapter 1. I think this is going to be the game's overarching antagonist of some manner, which is why I think it's still definitely possible the headmaster is the villain. Or the murderer, I should say. But I also have a feeling this is Eris's opportunity to feed us info, which is why she went out of her way to catch up with us here. Disguising an undead with an illusion is definitely possible. And as Lady Steelwind said, illusionary disguise would be the best spell to use for that. What if someone created a freestanding illusion? A freestanding illusion? Yeah, we know that Wallace didn't animate and disguise the professor's corpse. So what if the illusion wasn't disguising anything? Maybe someone created a freestanding illusion of Bellwether walking around. For something like that, one would probably use Major Illusion. We don't know that spell. And now we do. Major Illusion has been added to your notes. Okay, the game heard me. Creates a 3-dimensional illusion. The illusion can take the form of any object or creature. It can be contained in a 10-foot cube. I love these Dungeons & Dragon-esque rulings. While concentrating, I can't remember if I mentioned this last stream, but this seems like the kind of game a rules lawyer in D&D would love, because they'd be looking at the rules for the spells and just be like, actually, Anyway, while concentrating, the caster can animate and move the image to a different location within range. The illusion is purely visual and can't be physically touched. So, in other words, it can't knock over a vase or run into the janitor. Huh. What is it? I don't think Major Illusion is what we're looking for. Yeah, because of all the reasons Psy'Min says. Do you remember what John said? Jan said, I gotta remember. I'm saying his name is Jan, partly because I think that might be actually how it's pronounced, and also because he constantly yawns. I was cleaning a mess in the hallways. Bellwether knocked over a vase, and there were shards and dirt everywhere. If the Bellwether that Jan saw was a major illusion, then she couldn't have knocked over that vase. Illusions created by that spell don't have any mass. I see. How perceptive of you. Are there any other illusion spells that do have mass? It's also possible that someone used an illusion spell and then went out of their way to knock over the vase by, like, throwing something? I don't know. Lots of unanswered questions yet. No, illusions can only recreate visual and auditory sensations. But there isn't a single illusion spell that someone can touch. So that means that someone disguised something to make it look like Bellwether. Upset face? No, this is fear? Fear. Why the look of suspicion, Celeste? Sorry, I wasn't... Calm down, I'm only joking. No, you're not. I don't blame you for considering every possibility. Here comes another jump scare. Nope. In fact, I'm flattered you think I'm capable of pulling off such an elaborate ruse. Yeah, so Celeste's instincts have been telling her that Eris is bad news ever since they first met, and I think Celeste is correct on this one. Anyways, this does tell us one important thing. Yeah, Celeste is really good on picking up on cues. Haven't you played Danganronpa? What's that? It's a murder mystery game. The Bellwether that Jan saw had a physical mass to it. It wasn't a freestanding illusion. It was someone or something disguised as Bellwether. Oh! Jan's statement has been updated in my notes. That's a hell of an icon to give for a statement. 30 minutes before the Aenis twins found the body, Bellwether walked past Jan in the West Wing hallway. We kind of know all this already. He was in her path, so she shoved him out of the way. Okay, so she didn't walk into him, she literally pushed him. After that, she knocked over a vase and shattered it, even though Jan didn't say anything to her, she yelled at him to be quiet. I still think that was an automaton, which might have been what was an illusion thing. The Bellwether witnessed by Jan must have been disguised with an illusion, but in addition to that, whatever he saw that day was physically there. I still think it was one of the automatons or whatever, because it spoke. Whatever the hell those things are called. These things, the arcane constructs. I have a feeling that's going to be it. But I also wonder how it's going to play into checking the construct's logs, because we're going to have to find the construct and check its log.txt. Gravestone! Hey, what about that girl? Let's button your business. It's quite a shame, isn't it? I spelled it wrong. Autocorrect just made it even more wrong. Fair enough. It's quite a shame, isn't it? Eris looks pensively at the gravestone. The name on the stone says Emily Grant, and her lifetime appears to be awfully short. Yep, 12 years. We looked at it already first. She must have been only 12 years old when she died. Literally the same text. Sorry for interrupting you. Was she someone you knew? Not personally. I'm actually here on Wallace's behalf. Yep, here to feed us info. Wallace knew her? Wallace joined the Academy as part of a program run by Headmaster Redmond. Again, tying him in. I'm still saying he might be the murderer. At the time, the Headmaster was reaching out to mages among the common folk. He had started a program to admit these mages to the Academy without having to pay tuition. Both Emily and Wallace were among those mages. Wow, that must have been an amazing opportunity for them. The truth is, neither of them actually cared about learning magic. The real problem was that Emily had a terminal illness. She and Wallace were poor orphans, and they obviously didn't have the resources to treat it. But if they enrolled in the Academy would be obligated to give her medical treatment. The Imperial Academy teaches the best mages in the kingdom. They thought that curing her illness would be an easy task for the Academy's healers. But they were mistaken, I'm afraid. How do you factor into this? I don't trust. I'm sure you know this by now, but healing spells can only treat wounds. They can't cure illnesses. Emily's condition only got worse over the years, and eventually, she succumbed to her illness. What was it? Wallace was furious. He didn't understand why the kingdom was outlawing magic that could save lives. And that's why he decided to learn it himself. Yep, like we theorized. Yes, the headmaster was inspired by Wallace's resolve. He gave him access to the Academy's forbidden tombs of necromancy. And Wallace taught himself the spells that he knows today. I'm still wondering why necrotic blight was something he felt was necessary to put in that compendium. I'm just saying, not a healing spell, so that's why. It was supposed to stay a secret between him and the headmaster. No! Stop it! You stop it! You stop it right now! You put that eyeball back! But I'm sure you know how that turned out. Damn this one. Okay, so I'm starting to question my theory from earlier because the screen distortions are not happening when she's casting illusion. Now she's just fucking with us. I wonder if the faces she's making correspond to the comments she's making. Like she knows she's trolling us when she's saying certain things or trying to get a reaction or something. I don't know if there's a consistency here or she's just Monica-ing, but I'm sure you know how that turned out. Talk! Screen distortions, could you stop doing them, please? Present. I'm gonna present my badge. Is that what you do? What do you think about this? Really now? I can't tell you everything you need to get through this case. What'll be the fun in that? Okay. Yeah, but come on. Do it anyway. What about this? Done thinking about nothing? I want to know about things. How about this? I'm just gonna hit her with all the stuff. I'm gonna do it. Also, it seems like I have a lot less stuff. I just realized this now. I think the game cleaned up my my inventory here, because this used to spread all the way down to the bottom. I don't have any of the kitchen staff in here anymore either. Maybe this calm Dementor is the delusion and her freaking out is the real her. Well, I'm sure she can put up an act when she needs to. She doesn't need illusion magic for that. Also, she's used it on the headmaster, because that happened last stream. So that's a thing too. I can't imagine she's gonna have a comment about the map. Headmaster's testimony. You want to make this guy look more suspicious? Nope. I just don't know nothing. I can talk about illusion magic and jump scares. That's all I care about. Have you played Five Nights at Freddy's? It's my favorite game. Testimony. Wallace's spell compendium. What do I think about this? I think this compendium is full of a whole bunch of really weird spells that he shouldn't be knowing. I can ask about this, too. This is interesting. What, do you have anything to elaborate on? No. I mean, we're gonna move in a minute. I might as well milk this chick for everything I can get out of her. Which, so far, is nothing. Animate corpse. So still very much the theory that she was killed elsewhere and then animated to run around. What do you think about this? I can't tell you everything. Yeah, but we literally asked you about that one. You could at least repeat the dialogue. FNAF, do be fun, do be something. I don't know. You know what? I think we're good. We haven't been able to go back to the library in a while. I might as well go to both. Let's go to the foyer first. I'll bet you, what's his name, White is here. Orym. No Orym. Let's bug you first. There's still a lot we don't know. Yeah. We know that Wallace didn't kill her, but did the true killer really murder her there? Yeah, we need to go find out more. Where should we go next? Prosecution believes that Wallace killed Bellwether in the library. Oh, did she explicitly say that? I don't recall that coming up. We didn't really investigate that room the first time around. We did not. Also, that would be curious because it means even if Eris wasn't in the hallway with Jan, even if she wasn't the other witness, she still could have killed Bellwether and animated her. But if she died in the library, how did she go to the headmaster's office, have a meeting with him, and then go back to the classroom? That doesn't quite add up. Might be able to find some new leads there. Alright, well, I literally have only so many places I can go, so... Hey, you! Well, you just pop right in. Oh, it's you, Mr. Cuthbert. Steelwind, what are you doing here? After what happened at the trial yesterday, I decided it would be best to start my investigation here. Right, Wallace was in the library for the entire morning. So it would make sense that she'd start her search here. What are we gonna find? I mean, this is where the constructs are, so if there's something with a log, or if that occurs to us to check, this is the place to look around. Actually, since I have you here, have you seen Eris Ilmater anywhere? Yes, as a matter of fact, we have, and you are welcome to her. It's my understanding that you're both acquainted with each other. Eris, what do you want with her? It's not for anything serious, mind you. It's just that oaf of a commander lost her spell compendium. Oh, well, her spell compendium is going to be very interesting. Now we need her to produce another one for our records. If you see her, please let her know that we'd like to speak to her. I wonder if we're going to find it. And then we're going to find something very interesting in it. We saw her earlier in the cemetery nearby, but I have no idea where she is now. Once again, I have to compensate for that idiot's mistakes. Anyway, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about the case. Very well, I suppose I still need to honor our deal from earlier. Honor it. Have you had any luck finding the scene of the crime? Unfortunately, I haven't. From the witness's testimony, we have a rough idea of the route Bellwether took, but none of the rooms we've checked have any signs of a struggle. Why are you so sure that a struggle happened? I'm mainly basing that off of the Anna sisters' testimonies. Valerie, in particular, noticed that the bleeding came from a wound in her stomach. Yeah, she was outright stabbed. Not only should we be looking for signs of a struggle, we should be looking for, like, blood splotches. Regrettably, the body's wounds were mended, so we can't determine what kind of weapon the murderer used. But you know it's a rapier and you're not telling us. During the trial, you mentioned that another witness saw Bellwether walking around yesterday. Yes, that is also of interest to me. Would you be willing to tell us who that person is? I'm gonna guess no, but we need to know. Yep, can't tell you that. I'm caught a little off guard. You've been pretty transparent with your investigation so far. What's changed? I have no obligation to justify myself to you, nor do I have an obligation to help the opposition. Didn't we have a deal? Hiding information doesn't exactly seem fair to us. I believe I've given you plenty of information already. So regardless of what I said before, the answer is still no. Her family is dangerous. Okay, so it probably isn't Eris. It probably is that rich kid who lost her rapier that we saw for like 2 seconds. The Eye of Horus catches a stray thought from her. Her family is dangerous. What does that mean? Is there something about this witness's family that you're worried about? Surprise! Yeah, we have to be careful how we word that because this is going beyond intuition. Even Apollo can't do that. No, this could be a feint. No, it's not. It's not. We know. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try harder than that if you want to bluff me, you son of a bitch. You referred to the witness as her, so that would line up with what I'm suggesting. Furthermore, she said that her family is dangerous. Why would she go to such lengths to hide the witness's identity? In any case, it looks like she's not willing to share more at the moment. Maybe I should try looking around somewhere. Maybe I should. Maybe I... Whoa! Man, magnifying glasses for days. The library is full of books for educational purposes. Imagine that. It's too bad they don't have any fictional books. We're looking for a novel to read? Yeah, I was hoping they'd have some mystery novels. You like mystery novels, you're in one. Of course! Why do you think I like this job so much? I've never really been a fan of the mystery genre. What? But your whole career is about solving mysteries. Exactly, it's exhausting. When I read a novel, I just want to read about simple fantasy stories and classic heroes. I guess that makes sense. What about you, Steelwind? I don't really have time for such things. Nice of you to include her in the conversation. It's a holy text from the Church of Bahamut. I read some of these with Eris earlier. I've been meaning to ask, do you guys worship dragons in Wivengard? I've never really been the religious type, but I've seen some devout worshippers in the capital. It's the most prominent religion here. The Scaled Lord Rathalion is said to be the source of all arcane magic. That name keeps coming up. I wonder if he's still alive. It's no wonder that he's such a large part of our culture. Or why should it have something to do with us because of the whole Eye of Horus research nonsense? It's a globe of the world. It's amazing how many other nations there are aside from Wivengard. I've been to most of those places. You should come with me next time, Tyrion. Isn't traveling through the border heavily restricted? Oh, don't worry, I won't report you. I can't exactly blame you for wanting to leave. Nice. That's all. Oh, the rules. Yeah, the arcane constructs. Maybe this is how we get on that path. Due to constant misuse of the arcane constructs voice systems, voice lines can now only be set by Headmaster Redmond. This is another reason why I kind of suspect him, because he could make that "be quiet" line. Is that why I can't make the constructs say things? The constructs speak using Professor Bellwether's voice. Unfortunately, that was an open invitation to many of the students. A lot of them ordered the constructs to speak several obscenities using her voice. Why is Headmaster Redmond the only person allowed to set the voice lines? There were also rumors that several faculty members partook in these pranks. Yeah, Bellwether wasn't exactly liked. I can't blame them for wanting to let off some steam. Oh, that doesn't lead to anything? You gotta be joking. Oh, wait. This is the only thing left to inspect. There are tables. I can't handle studying. Yeah, that's... Let's investigate. All right, Detect Man. I forgot this is a thing. Here we go.
Prepario Arcanum.
Kaboosh. Wait, nothing. We need to do this more places. Wait, I keep forgetting we can do that. Hang on, Area. You stay right there. Wait, locker room? Where the hell did this come from? Okay, hang on a second. We need to do things. Hey, magic time.
Prepario Arcanum.
Well, Eris didn't go running, so... He's more honest than the kitchen staff. I think we've already done this here, but just for thoroughness.
Prepario Arcanum.
Gotta drain Celeste's MP somehow. Okay, well... I have a feeling you're not gonna answer things, so let's just go to this new room. Where did this get added? I spent some time wandering through the academy when I overhear a conversation from a nearby room. How did you wander into a locker room? Aha! There you are. Are you talking to our girl? From what I understand, Miss Steelwind has already moved the investigation elsewhere. How long must I wait before I can retrieve my things? Oh, okay. Sorry, old-timer. Orders are orders. Nothing comes in or out till this case is over and done with. I don't remember any of these voices, so I'm going to make them up. Commander White, and the headmaster too? Oh, hello, Mr. Cuthbert. Hey, kid. In any case, there are other matters I must attend to. Please inform me when I can reclaim my things. So, your room has been investigated? Because the headmaster's room could definitely be a place to investigate for signs of a struggle/murder, since it was on Bellwether's path. You forget what voice you gave to what character. Yeah, also, I'm not actually trying very hard to give these people meaningful voices. I'm just kind of reading in slightly different tones, so I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Sure. See, I still remember Mizumi's voice from the Chaos Head Noah Let's Play, for example. It looks like Commander White is standing guard in front of the locker room. And it doesn't look like he's conducting any sort of investigation. Why are you here, my guy? Is he here on Steelwind's orders? She was just like, yeah, go fuck off somewhere else. Get out of my way. You might be able to tell us who the secret witness is. You might. There are several lockers in the room. It'd be impossible to search them all. Fine. I would really like to cast Detect Magic, though, because it's fun. What was the headmaster talking to you about? Supposedly, he has some items stored in one of the faculty lockers. Oh, so not his office, here. The problem is, Steelwind says no one gets in or out of this room. Except for her and you two, apparently. Oh, wow! The prosecution is actually being nice for a change. I'm not used to this. She won't even let the other knights in here. Really? Is that normal? Nope. Well, things rarely are when she's calling the shots. Why would she give me access to the crime scene if she wasn't even letting the knights in? Well, time to cast Detect Magic. The exception of us and Celeste McCoy, Prosecutor Steelwood isn't allowing anyone inside here at the Academy. Not even allowing the knights in here. She's conducting her investigation single-handedly. She be doing that. I don't know what her deal is, but she's been acting strange lately. She's been real paranoid, that girl. Frankly, I can't tell what's going through her head. Tell me more. You mentioned that the prosecution has been paranoid lately. You think it has something to do with the case? Nah, it started way before that. Lately, she's been using the Inquisition to investigate a lot of non-magical homicides. How dare she? What? Wouldn't it be easier to work with the relevant law enforcement for that? I don't know why, but she's convinced that these cases have magic involved. But we scanned each and every one of those crime scenes. Nothing turned up. I've got to say, though, if it weren't for the scans, I might actually agree with her. Why do you say that? Those homicides, I haven't seen anything like them. Oh, have we got a serial killer on our hands? Is Genocider's show running around? They're probably some of the most screwed up cases I've ever handled. Oh, do we get to involve ourselves in a screwed up case later? Eris, is this your fault? For one of those cases, we had ourselves a disgruntled spouse. It's the new gen cases. New generation madness. She found out that her man was going around with a barkeep. And you know what the spouse does? She stalks the poor woman. She starts leaving threatening notes all around when she worked. The barkeep told the city watch all about what was happening. No matter how much they stalked out the tavern, they could never catch the perp. Then one day, the barkeep arrives home. But little did she know the spouse was waiting there for her. Poor lady never had a chance. Then to tie the whole thing together, the spouse waits for her husband to get home. She cooks him a big roast, using the barkeep's remains. Yep, that is some new-gen BS. Boy, whoever played this game played Chaos Head No at first, I tell ya. Hang on a second. I'm gonna need to give myself a hydrate. My throat's already given out. We had a long stream yesterday, and I worked today, so I'm a talky boy. But, yeah, we'll get to the secret witness in a second. That story is pretty... I know. Steelwind thinks someone's developed a new type of magic that can control people's minds. Hey, don't look at me. I have an alibi. You don't know, okay? I was streaming that day, I swear. People watched me. I was interacting with people. You got nothing. Nothing, I tell you. Nothing. And these homicides were some kind of sick test run. and apparently Eris has found herself a death note. Magic that can control people's minds. That's easier than you think. But wouldn't Mage Blight make more sense? Remind me what Mage Blight does. Mage Blight, when a mage overuses their magic, it can have pretty bad consequences on their mind. They temporarily lose grip of reality and begin seeing things that aren't there. When a mage becomes like that, it almost never ends well. They enter a frenzy and begin firing spells randomly, which only makes it worse. That doesn't sound random. Cooking your lover and feeding it, or no, cooking your husband's lover and feeding it to him is not random. That's actually quite premeditated. I've seen my fair share of Mage Blight cases, and this isn't like that. Not all of the perps were mages, and the ones that were didn't even use their magic. One thing was that each of the perps almost seemed to wake up after we arrested them. Ah, there we go. All of them said things like it wasn't me or I didn't have a choice. They didn't have a choice? What could that even mean? I doubt it means anything. Sometimes people can't face the things they've done. It's easier to say that you have no control than to take responsibility. Boy, that's based, actually. Very based. But we will get back to the mind control stuff later. I have an alibi, it wasn't me. Saw you mind control the barkeep, it wasn't me. We wonder if we can mislead the commander into revealing who the secret witness is. Yeah, let's try that. During the trial, Miss Steelwind mentioned that someone other than Jan Hughes saw Bellwether walking around. Have you seen them around lately? We wanted to speak with them. Yeah, nice try, asshole. Literally. Nice try. Well, it was worth a shot. Honestly, I couldn't tell you if I wanted to. I don't think anyone other than Steelwind knows who the witness is. I sure as hell don't. What? She's even hiding it from the Inquisition commander. Why is she being so secretive? Looks like the commander doesn't know who the secret witness is either. This isn't getting us anywhere. So I'm based on Steelwind's thoughts, I'm guessing it is that, the owner of the sword. Steelwind's behavior is strange, though. Perhaps we could try analyzing her behavior. Oh? If we do that, we might be able to find a way to convince her to help us. Oh, are we going to get into an argument? I'm not sure I want to get into an argument with Steelwind. Steelwind's behavior has been strange this time around. She's hiding elements of the case even from the commander. Yeah, but also letting us into the locker room, which I still want to investigate. Anyone can tell that she doesn't have much faith in him. I'm standing right here. But this is the first time I've seen her hide key elements of a case from him. What is motivating Steelwind to keep secrets? There has to be a reason. Well, we've already said paranoia. I don't think it's the other two. Her actions must be driven by paranoia. She's been hoarding information about the case. There's only one reason why she wouldn't utilize the Inquisition like she usually does. It's because she doesn't trust them. I hate to say it, but that doesn't really surprise me. She's always been standoffish with us, but there is one exception. Who has Steelwind trusted for this case? Well, me. Not Wallace, not White, not the headmaster, us. Why us? Why? This is a complete turnabout from how Ace Attorney usually works. Usually we're the ones who are not trusted. She let us investigate the crime scenes without any restrictions. Yeah, I never really thought about that. Does she trust us that much? I don't think personal trust is the reason. I don't think she trusts us as much as she doesn't trust everyone else. We don't usually interact with her. And she's worked with the Inquisition on plenty of cases that we weren't even involved in. Okay, here's a fun one. Steelwind, Wallace, Tyrion isn't a member of the nobility. That might be it. Isn't controlled by the nobility? Tyrion isn't capable of using magic. That's an oh, there's a couple of possibilities here. This, Well, we really are just guessing. I don't think it has anything to do with Headmaster. Not to do with Wallace. It's either Tyrion or Steelwind. Isn't. It is a bit of a brain scratcher. I don't think it's capable of using magic, because I don't think the knights can use magic either, but I'm not a member of the nobility. The fact that we can't use magic is interesting because we sort of can, in a way, but not really. But she doesn't know that. I think it's nobility, because the Inquisition has ties to the nobility. I'm gonna try this. We don't really get penalized. Let's see if this is it. Nope. There's a key difference between us and the Inquisition. We don't answer to anyone and we aren't subject to corruption. Yeah, we don't answer to the nobility. We're not an employee of the nobility? Oh, come on. I feel like I already hit on this. Also, this wouldn't explain why she trusts us, because Celeste is capable of using magic. Okay, let's try Steelwind. Steelwind isn't... Maybe this? No, I tried member of the nobility. That was the first thing I tried. I'm iffy on this. I don't think it's Wallace. I don't think it's the Headmaster. It's Steelwind or Tyrion. A member of the Inquisition? Employee of the nobility? Controlled by the nobility. Oh, you picky bastard. I had it. It just wanted the exact... So we are not controlled by the nobility. That was the correct answer. Basically what I said. Just whatever. Steelwind doesn't know much about us, but she does know that we aren't prone to noble corruption. Right. You indicted a noble during the last case. Meanwhile, the Inquisition usually bends to the nobility's whims. Well, I can't argue with you there. Yeah, I know you're still listening, but you can't... You have to agree with us. You don't have a choice there. What can we infer about the secret witness? Oh, well... The witness is a noble. Easy peasy. The witness has to belong to a noble family. That's why she's so wary of interference. But we're obviously not going to do anything corrupt. Why is she hiding the witness's identity from us? We recall seeing a thought through the eye. Her family is dangerous? Yeah. I think she's worried about our safety. Yeah, I guess harassing a noble could put you in danger. But I'm the protege of the infamous Ruby Timora. Yeah, it's not as if we aren't already on the nobility's bad side. I'm sure the Pierce family still has it out for us. Yeah, that too. The nobility is not coming to our birthday party. This can only mean that the family we're dealing with is even more powerful than House Pierce. If the prosecutor is wary of them, they could be even as powerful as the Steelwinds. Wait, don't tell me you think we're dealing with one of the Four Pillars. Four Pillars? It's a name people use for the top four noble houses. These families stand at the top of the kingdom's aristocracy. If I remember correctly, the Four Pillars are House Frega, House von Sancus, House Sybil, and House Steelwind. Okay. So not that last one. Steelwind is part of one of them? Yeah. Which makes it so much weirder that she's serving as a prosecutor. The 4 pillars refer to the 4 most powerful noble houses. These houses are House Steelwind, House Frege, House von Sanctus, and House Sybil. What is it? Steelwind's weird behavior all started after she investigated this room. We were at the crime scene and she left to follow a lead. But an hour later, she came back to the lecture hall and booted everyone out. Her behavior changed after investigating this room. Detect magic time! That means that she found something here. And that something must point to a family from the 4 pillars. The commander looks a bit anxious. You know, Steelwind's orders say I can't snoop around here. But you two, on the other hand, don't worry, just leave this to us. I have some school records that say which lockers belong to which students. Oh, that'll be interesting. You can use it to tell whose locker you're looking at. Well, delightful. So, do we get to just go? Oh, there's an arcane construct in the back here. Oh, well then. That might be our boy. Oh, it's probably one of the logs. She checked the logs. It's probably here to aid the students. No, it's probably here to help facilitate a murder. Anyway, I don't think it's relevant to our event. You are wrong, sir. That is why it's being mentioned. Perhaps we should make a note of it anyway. There appears to be an inactive arcane construct in the Academy locker room. I wonder what it could have been used for. We used the legend the commander gave us. We look carefully across the list and find some notable student names. Hello, everybody. Miriam. That's a female name. Let's just go down the list. We open Wallace's locker. Inside, we find a bottle of fragrant liquid and something that looks like a makeup kit. We find a bottle of fragrant liquid and something that looks like a makeup kit. The fuck? I didn't expect Wallace to use stuff like this. Yeah, me neither. It does seem strange, but it's not our place to judge. Yeah, still. No, I'm judging. I'm judging him. We should try looking through the other lockers. We use the legend the commander gave us. Miriam. Okay, we're looking for fencing equipment, I think. We open the locker with Miriam Frege's ID number. Inside we find a stack of worn-out textbooks and notebooks. Wait a minute. These notebooks all have Wallace's name on them. Nani? What? We open the notebook and look through its pages. It appears to be research on the art of necromancy. These are Wallace's notebooks. Well, why are they in Miriam Frege's locker? Did that name... I don't think that name has come up before. Did Miriam steal his things? What's going on here? We checked the locker more thoroughly. Wait a minute. Quick brainstorm. He is Frege? Maybe he's using the makeup to pass as a girl sometimes for some weird reason. Tyrion, take a look at this. That's... Oh, blood. Okay, never mind. I thought I was going to have my theory confirmed or disproven very, very quickly, but that's a whole other matter. There's a stain of blood inside the locker with Miriam Frege's ID number. We used the legend commander gave us. How about you? You're a girl. Jaden von Sanctus's locker. Inside we find several bottles of some kind of transparent lotion. There's nothing but lotion in here. What is this girl got a side hustle working for Amway? Oh, I wonder why a student would need this much lotion. I take one of the bottles to inspect it more closely. Wait, Tyrion! Don't touch those with your hands! It's some kind of sanitizing liquid. It's a little strange, but it doesn't seem to relate to the case. Why did Celeste get angry? How is that going to factor into things? Open Warren Sybil's locker. Celeste is still mad at us. And finally, instead, we find some textbooks and a neatly stacked deck of tarot cards. Yasuhiro? Oh, it's like those cards that fortune tellers use. Yeah, she's still mad for some reason. I wonder if this student studies divination magic. 30% of the time and right every time! But anyway, I don't think this is related to the case. We used the legend, but we've done things. We found a few things, but I can't make sense of it all. We should look at this from the prosecutor's perspective. Steelwind found something in one of the lockers. The bloodstain? Miriam Sezz. Whatever it was that made her extremely paranoid. Well, clearly, right? No matter how we look at it, we found some insanely suspicious things in Szezz's locker. It had Wallace's notebooks and even some blood. But that blood is certainly strange. It implies that something bloody was stored there. Ah, I see. Do you think someone stole it? No, actually. I think it was Steelwind who took it. Yeah, that was probably the rapier. Oh, right. Orym mentioned that she investigated this room. Where did she hide that when she came out, by the way? She must have taken the bloody item as evidence. With that said, there's something else that's strange about Miriam Szezz's locker. It had a lot of Wallace's possessions. It's possible that she really did steal these things from him. But it's more likely that this locker isn't actually hers. Yeah, exactly. Remember what Wallace told us before? Oh, now I have to go back and read it. That's right, I forgot this happened. Sometimes the other students would steal the ID number off my locker. Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? That does clear that up. So what was in there with the makeup? I forget what the other thing was. Then they'd switch it with the number of another locker. I thought it was funny whenever the student who owned that locker got angry with me. So someone switched the nameplates. That means that this isn't Miriam Szezz's locker. It's Wallace's. That would mean that the bloody object came from Wallace's locker. It appears so. This locker actually belonged to Wallace Nightgrave. Someone wants to switch the ID number. But if that's true, why didn't Steelwind present the bloody item during the trial? Thank you for the hydrate. I will take advantage of that. All right. What's in this cup? That is gas station coffee. All right, cool. I proved that Bellwether was wounded before Valerie healed her. Wouldn't that have been the perfect time to present what she found? Yeah, but it belonged to a noble. It was a bloody item found in the defendant's locker, after all. She could have easily proved that the nameplates were switched, too. Right, that is weird. There's something more to this that we aren't seeing, but what? I think we'll just have to ask Steelwind ourselves. No, I wanna examine more. Yeah. Show me this again. Wallace's locker, fragrant liquid, and something that looks like a makeup kit. Okay, fragrant liquid, that's what I forgot. That... Okay, it's probably... Whenever the fragrant liquid comes up, it reminds me that the crime scene stinks. And I'm still not sure how that's going to factor into things, because the headmaster also did that. But I don't think this is relevant. I think this is just, hey, this is a girl's locker. Yeah, Wallace isn't using it. So, can I talk you to you some more? Nope. We can talk to Steelwind. We can harass her. We can also harass you. Oh, look at all this crap. Stain of blood. Inactive. Ah, this is not something we should be ignoring. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, let's, well, at least you're quicker about turning me down than Eris is. Tell me about the Arcane, Oh! I know you always believe in your clients and all that, like that Phoenix guy. But I can't believe you're defending a necromancer of all people. There has to be a limit to that compassion of yours. Wallace has his reasons for studying necromancy. I trust him. Even though you just met him yesterday. I think that I'm a good judge of character. There's no way he killed Bellwether. Whatever you say, kid. Alright. There's the stink. Alchemy experiment incorrectly. Again, the headmaster was responsible for that. I'm sussy of him. Mega. Oh, by the way, this scroll is absolutely almost identical to a scroll in Guild Wars 2. I was wondering about this icon, and then I was playing Guild Wars 2, and it's like, yeah, there are definitely icons that look exactly like this. But I also Googled scroll icon, and there's also 8 million other things that look just like this, so... I don't think they're plagiarizing anything, but it does really remind me of Guild Wars 2. What do you think about this? I don't know, I've never played Guild Wars 2. What do you think about this? I don't know. Is that from Guild Wars 2 too? Oh, wait! He said things. Those aberrations are top-notch. Oh, here we go. Is there really no way for you to breach the academy during the lockdown? Yeah, those aberration barriers are top-notch. They were paid for them by the nobility, after all. I bet Lucio Steelwind could drop a meteor on it and it wouldn't even make a dent. I'm sorry, he could drop a what? So that was this, the lockdown system. What do you think about this? Less interesting than meteors. Also less interesting than meteors. Same. What about this testimony? Nope, don't care. I'm actually falling asleep now. Bye. Man, Steelwind's really wound up today. I don't know what her deal is. Is she not normally like this? Not usually. Or at least not this much. Well, that was enlightening. You always know just how to piss off the right people, kid. Thank you, I appreciate that. We're still trying to clean up the mess you made with House Pierce. I won't let anyone stop me from getting justice for Wallace. It doesn't matter if they're a man, king, or god. Damn, that's pretty extreme. Sorry, I've been saying that since I was a child. Yeah, that's kind of his catchphrase. I suppose that it's become a habit. I think it's pretty cool. So that was from presenting the 4 pillars. How about this? This is the thing I'm most curious about. What do you think about this? I don't care if you're curious about it. Fuck off. Alright, fine. Spells. I don't really think he has much of an opinion about magic, does he? He can't use magic, but despite the fact that he investigates magic stuff, he's just like, yeah, whatever. Spells, no. I don't use this stuff. I play a bard. Yeah. I think we're good. So, I think the move now is to track down Steelwind. Shame I can't detect magic in there. Oh, you're back. How observant. We uncovered a few things during our investigation. Steelwind, are you acquainted with a student named Miriam Frega? You underestimated us? Come on, you told us to investigate the lockers. Your man literally handed us a list. I said it before, Mr. Cuthbert, I won't fall for such an obvious bluff. It's not a bluff, Miss Steelwind, and I'll prove it using the evidence we've gathered. Yeah, we are going to start an argument. I don't even have to build a psych profile on some of these, it's just full meter. Arya Steelwind's psychological profile is complete. I doubt that. Just argue. Steelwind is paranoid. For whatever reason, it's due to the involvement of Miriam Frega. If we can convince her to reveal why she's being so secretive, she might give us more information.